Hi, I'm Chris Raptus Real Estate. Welcome to episode 24 as we look at wrapping up the mad month of March, and it's been an excellent month for property. Certainly seen some good growth in the market, and that's also been a testament to our strategy, which has been to implement a 5% plus GST package to all new landlords that have signed up with Raptus Real Estate. So got some excellent properties in the blue chip areas of Prospect and Fulham Gardens coming up next week. So stay tuned for those properties. And as I've predicted in the news, you'll see that politics are having a play in the real estate market, and it's no surprise now that you're seeing Dutton ahead of the polls. So what we're going to see now is the Albanese government putting pressure on the Reserve Bank to lower the interest rates, and this is what happens traditionally before an election is called. Now, whether that's in April or May or June, we don't know, but what we do know is that Albanese and the Labor government federally are on the back foot, and what that means is that now there could be a potential change in government, and that is going to impact the real estate market. So what we're seeing now is the agents, politics, and the interest rates really having a big impact, or should I say influence, on the property market. And the reason they're having an influence is because what I'm seeing is that the agents now are certainly not pushing the properties as hard, and that's what I've seen. They haven't been as aggressive with the rentals and the sales because they believe that the market's going to come down. I don't. I certainly feel that what's going to happen now is they're going to put pressure on the RBA to drop the cash rate, and of course what that's going to do is stimulate the market, push the prices up of property. Again, the government makes more revenue from the stamp duty, and in the end what it does is they blame it on inflation and say, inflation's better now, guys. Unemployment, it's better. So, we can cut the rates. So, it's all being pressured, or it's like a pressure cooker at the moment. And what it means is that the whales are going to come in and swoop in on the properties, because what I believe is going to happen is people are going to wait for this news, and then what's going to happen is more people are going to put their properties on the market and potentially push the demand down. And then what the whales are going to do, because they know that this is a good buying opportunity, people are going to be shaken out of their properties, and again the property market is going to be stimulated. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with the RBA and what they're going to do at the next meeting. Again, I predicted that the 0.25 basis points was not enough. I think they'll have to put pressure now to put another 0.25 basis drop, or potentially a 0.50 basis drop. If Labor really wants to get in back in power, they're going to try and put all the pressure they can. The rates come down, therefore the burden of cost of living comes down, and then they're seen as the good guys. So we did say that, we predicted that in the last couple of episodes, that there's going to be an artificial pump before an election. There always is. This is natural. So unless Labor does something unbelievably crazy, like change the negative gearing legislation and acts, and lose the election, it's going to be a really interesting and tight election. I predict that Dutton may win on the basis that if the Albanese government don't put enough pressure on the RBA to reduce the rates, and people are going to have enough of the government, there'll be a one-term Labor government, and we'll come back to the Liberal government. So there's some really interesting times ahead. Like I said to you, don't get shaken out of your properties. Push the prices up. That's inevitable. The rates are going to come down. Be ahead of the curve, because what a lot of people are doing is they're sitting on their hands. They don't want to do anything. They want to wait and see what happens. And that's the worst thing that you can do, because you want to catch that wave, right? Instead of getting crushed by it. So, don't listen to the jargon at the moment. The market is very strong. Adelaide, resilient property market. The rentals are strong. There's certainly going to be that 8 to 10% growth in Adelaide, especially with units and house sales. So if you're thinking about selling, I certainly think that properties are going to be worth more at the latter part of the year, especially with the rate drop that's apparently going to happen. So let's see how much pressure the government puts on the RBA. I certainly want, as a property owner, lower interest rates. A lot of families do. I think the banks have had enough profit over the last couple of years. And it's time for the rates to come down to the floor. We need to stimulate the economy again and get the property market going, because that's where it's going. It's going up. It's consistently going up. I've been saying that, been very vocal, over the last couple of episodes about that. So be positive. The market's great. If your real estate agent is telling you that the market's not good, then it's time to change. So you got my number. DM me. Make sure you take me up on that offer on property management. A few of the landlords that are watching this have taken me up on that. They've also taken their properties away from other agents for various reasons. So, it's competitive out there. It's a free market. Make sure you're getting the best deal for you, especially when it comes to finance. And I've had a few of you reach out to me about doing a finance health check as well. So we're all about helping our clients at Raptus Real Estate. Been doing it for 20 years and look forward to helping you any way I can. Hope you have a great weekend. Look forward to the next episode. Have a great day. Bye for now.